Welcome to my channel, where there are interesting and equally sensational stories. Listen to today's story. Today was the nail on the coffin for me. My wife and I have been married 4 years, dating for 8. I am 31. She is 27. Everything seemed fine until about 2 months ago, when she started a new job. She changed her phone passcode. Her insomnia made her sleep in the guest bedroom, and she was always on her phone, checked out from her family. About a month after this, I noticed text messages from a male coworker. I didn't find anything sexual, but my gut tells me it was taken there. They were discussing our marriage and emotionally cheating. After I discussed this, she begged and pleaded for me to stay, and we can work it out with marriage counselors. This lasted all but 2 days before she went back to being emotionally distant again. Then recently, I look at our call logs and she continued calling him even after I set a clear boundary not to talk after work hours. Some of these calls were after midnight for an hour and a half. Some were right after she woke up for an hour. From here on out, I'm done. I'm just looking for my best options going forward. I will not be a doormat or backup plan in my own house. Update: after finding out about my wife's emotional affair last week and working on myself for the past 2 months. She's begging me to stay, crying, and not wanting to break up our family. She decided to break up our family when she broke my clear laid out boundaries after I found text messages from a male coworker. Then phone calls continuing after I told her to stop. After this, our communication has gotten a lot better, and she is back to sleeping in the same bed as me and fighting for our marriage. I don't believe I can ever trust her again. A part of me wants to file now and get it over with. Another part wants to at least say we tried counseling for the sake of the baby. While typing this, I realized divorce seems like the only way. I'm mostly scared about divorce because I don't want some random guy she brings home to abuse my baby. If we didn't have the baby, I would rip the band-aid off quick and be done with her. Right now, I'm just hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. Latest update. I have filed for divorce earlier this week. I'm doing it myself to save on lawyer fees. I went to the courthouse, followed what I had, and the lady gave me a checklist and highlighted what I was missing. So I had to go back with the docs that I missed. I told my soon-to-be ex-wife. She can come with me, or get served. The option is hers. In the meantime, I have to live with my soon-to-be ex-wife. I've been doing a lot of finding and working on myself, which entails a lot of new and old hobbies. She has the nerve to say she wants a fair schedule in communication so she can do things too. I'm with our baby during the day, except the 4 hours the baby is in preschool since I work from home. The soon-to-be ex-wife has a busy work schedule and doesn't get home till 4 or 5. All she has to do is feed the baby dinner, give her a bath, then put her to sleep. She was using our child and her family as cover for her affair. Hence, the reason I'm divorcing her. She can't tell me anything about fair when she's ruining the life we have built together. I'm living in hell right now because I have to be under the same roof with someone I can't trust. I cannot wait until we sell this house and can begin our custody schedule because it is becoming unbearable. She would put the baby down for bed. I would stay home and she would go out and screw her affair partner. She would say, "I'm going to my parents', cousins', or friend's house." Yes. She has the nerve to want fairness. Give me a break. It's so hard living with a narcissist who still finds a way for this to be my fault when I'm not the one sleeping around. Jack Not Name has the first piece of advice. Learn to love your kid more, then hate your ex. As justified anger as you have torture, you are going to have to figure out how to be civil torture. Then you will have to figure out how to co-parent with her. Why? Because children are divorced do best when their parents are respectful of each other and can co-parent effectively together. Trust me, I know the anger. Right now, there is nothing wrong with letting it consume you, but you will need to let it go. Unchecked anger can really screw with your head and be an immense burden to you. Your goal should be indifference. Oh, you're that person who hurt me a while back. Op responds. Thanks for your advice. We are in agreement on our co-parenting plan. It will be a lot easier to get over my anger once we are not under the same roof. I am gray-rocking her right now, so she doesn't see my emotions. I usually just get my anger out with physical exertion and lifting. I already love my kid more than I can't stand her. I just need time to heal is all. Data board has another thought. This affair will not affect child custody in any way. Infidelity has no effect on her parenting. It sucks that you've been put through this. However, judge will look for the best interest of the child, not yours. As she asks for 50%, unless she is immediate danger to the kid, abuse, addiction, etc., she will likely get it. To courts, having both parents present in the kid's life and provide for them a stable environment is paramount. As far as division of marital assets goes, they will be split 50-50 or close to, depends on a state you're in, if in the U.S. Again, infidelity has a little influence unless you're in a fault divorce state and want to put a legal battle. This will run you about 10 to 20K each. Generally, it's not worth it, to be honest. It's extremely difficult to prove unless you have evidence of them in the act. Does the benefits of lengthy and often nasty trial outweigh the overall costs? Often the party that's hurt, Verabandon will literally fight to inflict smaller pain on the ex, losing marital assets in the process, burning house down to the ground, if you will. Her cheating could help you with alimony. If you're SMP, and/or there are significant differences in income. Depends how long you are married, by the way. The court rarely grants one, unless you are married 3 years and upwards. Infidelity, if taken into consideration, could yield about extra few percent, so not a whole lot unless she is making exorbitant amounts of money. On a personal note, sorry that she blew your marriage and family. I can't imagine the heartbreaking with the holidays. This must sting a ton. 50% of marriages end in divorce nowadays, so they are as common as a cold, and infidelity isn't as shown upon like it once was either. It gives you some leverage if you guys negotiate. Not a whole lot if this goes to court. Be smart about it. Good luck. Moving on. Girlfriend of 6+ years. Cheating. Complicated. Need advice. It's a backstory. I, 28 male, and my girlfriend, 25 female, have had a rocky long-term relationship, 6+ on and off years. Mostly both of us being immature and young, etc. We've both done unfortunate things, and we've resolved them. We've been living together for the last and just recently signed for a very nice apartment. Things have been good. Great even. I've been doing my best to support her and get her what she needs. Very bad family, childhood, rough start in life generally. She's got a stable job and is seeing a therapist fairly regularly. She's still kind of immature, but it seems like things were getting better at a fast rate this year. The problem? She has cheated on me in the past. When we got back together 2 years ago, she was still very cautious of how serious the relationship was, her explanation, and was still talking to other people. We had a big talk. I told her I loved her and was serious about it, and that was that. She agreed to start growing up and getting help, getting healthier, etc., with me. The past month or so has been bad, though. She stopped making progress. Alongside that, she acts very strange at times, feeling some red flags, but trying not to be that guy. I gave her space while doing what I could. Last night, I broke and looked at her phone. The third snap I opened was a video of some dude jerking off, and she sent him a topless picture in response. It was dated a month ago in October. There were messages indicating she did this with other people less than a year ago. Most of her other Snap conversations were all set to delete after reading, but I'm thinking they might be similar in content. She's going to hang out with an old friend. I'm omitting the name, but I don't personally know this guy. In a couple of days. With everything else that I'm seeing at this post, it wouldn't surprise me if she's planning on doing something else with him. Right now, all I want to do is cut things off and save myself any more heartbreak. Trust is out the window, and I'm driving myself nuts thinking about this. This is unacceptable in a committed relationship. Right? Am I overreacting? Bigger issue in the real world. There's still a month left in our current lease, and both of our names are on the new one. Am I screwed if I break up with her? I have no idea what to do. Please give me some advice. Hey, hi, ho ho. Has our first bit of advice. Get out and do not look back. You should already be gone. You may take a financial loss if you cannot get out of the lease. Do not live with her there. Try not to eat it and do what you can about the lease, but do not pretend you have a viable future with that person. Cranich has the next bit of advice. First thing, call the new landlord and ask if you can step back from the new apartment. Tell them that you and your girlfriend broke up, and if you two would have to live there, then there would only be fights. Then pack your stuff together and call family and friends and ask them if you can stay at their place for some time. When you found a place, then wait for your girlfriend and tell her that you are done, that you know about her continued cheating and are not interested to experience that any longer. Then leave. Alternatively, you could also wait until she meets with that dude and let her go back to an apartment with all your stuff gone, which is what I would do. You don't owe her an explanation. Only give her that if you want to. On to the next story. I was the other woman. I'm not sure where else I can express this. Man, did he have me fooled? He was one of the sweetest, most attentive, caring guys I had met to date. It started as something casual. Just two people talking about movies were huge film buffs, and it's his career. I never thought it would lead up to anything. However, he introduced himself as single and with a different name. Because I wasn't invested romantically, I never thought to look him up or anything. So far, he was nice and just a random dude to talk to about one of our favorite things with. Eventually, things progressed. Texting all the time, long phone calls, etc. I'm not sure how he had time to have a whole job and a committed relationship. How he found the time I will never know. I found his girlfriend on Facebook, finally made itself useful. But Instagram told the detailed story of their recent engagement and took your relationship filled with constant travels, date nights, and hiking trips. She seems lovely, way too good for him, but I had no idea what her response would be if I told her about her fiancé's misadventures. I even hoped they were in an open relationship so less people would get hurt. I can handle it if he only lied to me, but she didn't know. She wasn't defensible or aggressive towards me. I told her how him and I met, and when June, she disclosed they got engaged in May, and she already had a wedding dress picked out. She thanked me and acknowledged how difficult this conversation must be. I have no idea if she believes me, I hope so, or if he will try to twist the story to something untrue, I hope not. But I guess I can say I did my part. I have no clue how much he told me was true for now and for just a little while. I'll miss and grieve the man I thought he was. This freaking blows. Our one and only comment comes from me, Lucifer, 666. Very sorry. Doesn't sound like Lucer. My husband had an affair and I found out 5 months ago. The other woman knew he was married and even instigated him getting caught. Trash talked me. She's a horrible human being. In your situation, you didn't know and met someone that deceived you just like us betrayed spouse are deceived. It's a pain I never thought existed. You did the right thing by telling her and also being respectful towards her. You are just as much a victim as she is. I hope you can move past him because you deserve better. He lied to you from the start, so your relationship with him would have never worked. Hopefully, you will be more aware of who you meet from now on. But don't give up in love. Just be more cautious after this experience. I hope you find a good and honest man that will treat you the way you deserve.